Hello everyone, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. I'm going to do a video about some new stuff that I've gotten in the last couple days, and 5 albums that I absolutely love that should be nowhere near my CD collection, or are very surprising that they are in my CD collection. All right, so let's do the new stuff. So I was on progressiveears.org, and that is a prog website that is like threads about different subjects. And Adrian Belew came up, and apparently he has a new album that has the word pop in the title, and people said, I wonder if this is any indication of the direction, and my response was, if it sounds like Inner Evolution, then it'll be awesome, because I love Adrian Belew's pop sensibilities. And if you don't know who Adrian Belew is, he is the guitarist right here. He is played with Frank Zappa, David Bowie, King Crimson, Talking Heads, you name it. He's in a band called Gizmotron or something like that with Stuart Copeland and the bass player from Level 42 and one other guy. Anyway, don't have that yet. But I decided, you know what? I need Lone Rhino, which is this album right here, and this is a cool 2-for-1 thing. Both albums on one disc, remastered with awesome liner notes and information on who is on each album and lyrics. I love that. Normally these 2-for-1s are kind of badly done, and but it's this BGD label. Don't know if you can see that from that label. And they did a really good job on this. Remastered, as I said, sounds awesome. His first album is Lone Rhino, and Twang Bar King is also on here. I like Twang Bar King all right, but Lone Rhino is the main reason I got this. And if you have not heard it, it is fantastic. The title track is awesome. What's going on with my beard here? I keep on having beard problems in my videos. Anyway, but Lone Rhino, Man in the Moon, Big Electric Cat, Swing Line. He has a bass player on here who plays fretless bass, and he does some awesome stuff. And this album was done in 1982, a little bit after he had done the Discipline album with King Crimson. So I decided, well, if I'm already getting that, I might as well get Mr. Music Head, which is also Adrian Belew. He does all the instruments, I believe, on this album too. And this one isn't quite as good as Lone Rhino or Twang Bar King. I used to own it, but sold it. But I don't sell CDs anymore because you don't get anything for them. And I always rebuy stuff. Case in point, but it was only $4.99. This thing was $18, but I thought, you know what? It's about time I had it. I have it on cassette, but and then I also got Salad Days, which is an acoustic version of songs, and just kind of rare, different versions of the songs. So because Adrian Belew was in the Talking Heads, I decided to listen to Talking Heads' Sand in the Vaseline, which is a 2-CD best of, and I also had Stop Making Sense on CD already. But last night I bought every Talking Heads CD. They were all used. I think $3.95 was the most I paid for them until today. These are actually surprising to be in my collection also. I like how that color changed weird for a second. This is a 2-disc live one that I think this was $5.95 actually. 2-disc live one that is fully complete with all the stuff. Their first album. This one I paid $5.99 for. This is one of the ones with Adrian Belew, and I paid $5 for Fear of Music. And also because I was getting those, I decided to get David Byrne solo albums. I just got his first two. I've listened to a bunch of the other ones, and they're not quite my cup of tea. Uh-Oh, and his self-titled album. And then tonight we had dinner with our friends Chris and Joe, and for Christmas they bought me Springsteen on Broadway, which just came out last Friday, and I did not get it, and I almost got it yesterday, and then was pleasantly surprised that I got it for Christmas. So that is super awesome. Thank you, Chris and Joe. So now is the portion of the video where I'm going to talk about albums that you probably wouldn't expect to be in my collection that I think are fantastic. This also should, you wouldn't think Sheryl Crow would be in my collection, but I like her voice. She's easy on the eyes too, but I don't let my penis do my musical choices for me. First one, Beyonce, Lemonade. Oh my God, this album is so good, so good. I kind of hope Jay-Z cheats on her again so she can make another album that is this effing good. Oh man, what are the songs here? I've talked about this before, but it starts out with Pray You Catch Me, which is so awesome, and it ends with What Are You Doing, My Love? Then Hold Up, Don't Hurt Yourself, featuring Jack White. And I'm not a big White Stripes or Jack White fan, but this thing is awesome. They use a Led Zeppelin drum sample, which I can't really... They must have altered it so much that you can't really tell. It doesn't sound so much like Led Zeppelin drums. It's just awesome. And especially when she says she's gonna F up all your shit, boy. That is so awesome. At first you think they're editing. I thought, oh shoot, I got a censored version, and I thought they were editing her swearing, but once after the break, it comes back in with the main verse, and she just drops F-bombs left and right, and it's so awesome. She just sounds so angry and so awesome. Then the song Sorry, which is kind of a big F you, and 6 Inch, which features The Weeknd. He does the first verse, and I really like The Weeknd's voice. I like his use of auto-tune, and normally I don't like auto-tune, but it's really good, and Beyonce doesn't need auto-tune. She can hit any note. She's awesome. And then Daddy Lessons. The rest of it is great too, but Daddy Lessons actually sounds like a kind of funky southern rock kind of thing. It's so awesome. So awesome. Shy. I'll take these out so I can look at. Shy, Brave the Storm. This is a band. They also have gone by the name Shy England. This has a guy named Tony, I think it's Tony Mills, who I believe sang with TNT for a while there. This is their first album, and his voice is so awesome. Hold On to Your Love is it's just catchy. It's fun. They also went, did I say they went by the name Shy England at one point too? They had an album called Misspent Youth, and I think that had kind of like a US single that might have got some airplay in the mid to late 80s. This album came out in, oh geez, when did it come out? Here, I'll show you a picture of the band. Wow, it doesn't say. I'm not sure. I think around 84 or something like that. But Hold On to Your Love. My Apollo is awesome. Reflections has all this vocal stuff at the end. So listen to Hold On to Your Love and Reflections. If you like singers that have really high voices, well, as I said, he was the singer for TNT, I believe, for a while. This album is so good. Next album is Shadowland. Little information. So I got a gift certificate from Musicland in 1990, or maybe 89. No, it must have been 90. And I couldn't find anything, and this album on cassette kept on like kind of showing up for me when I was looking, and I thought, you know what, they look kind of poppy, kind of whatever. I had no idea what this band sounded like. They have kind of a Britpop sound, more like a US band doing Britpop. And the song Miss Yesterday, he's got kind of a, hey there, Mrs. Yesterday, would you lay your hands on my fate? Hey there, Mrs. Yesterday, you just killed me in my favorite way, and it hurts. It's just weird. It's just kind of, I don't know, not really, like if you took a little bit of REM and threw Britpop on it, but made it more American, and it's like jangly, and it's just awesome. It took me forever to find this on disc, and my version is a promo copy. Remember when they used to do that? Put the promo. The CD case and everything was so hacked up and didn't look like this at all. It had so many stickers all over it. But it's cool, bunch of photos. Just Miss Yesterday, Heroin Eyes, My Escape. It's just a weird indie rock album that just got me at the right time. And I remember some friends, female friends in high school, who I was like, you guys got to hear this, and they were expecting something metal, and I put it in, and they're like, what the hell, why are you listening to this? This is really good. Oh, this album, Grim Reapers, Rock You to Hell. I love how they had an album called See You to Hell, and then they had Fear No Evil, and then Rock You to Hell. This album is so good. It's cheesy and awesome at the same time. Night of the Vampire. Stephen Grimmett's voice on this is awesome. I remember listening to this over and over while playing Wizards and Warriors on Nintendo the day before I went hunting, the one and only time I went hunting with my brother and my dad. Key awesomeness on here is When Heaven Comes Down, You'll Wish You Were Never Born, Wasted Love, I Want More. What a great closer. What a great closer. And it was only the singer, the guitarist, and a drummer. I think he was a new drummer. And I believe they had a sessions bass player, or what was his name? Nick Bocott did the bass. I'm not 100% sure. I also loved that they said Nick Bocott guitar and The Note, yet nobody ever knows what the hell The Note meant. But yeah, this album is just so awesome. And last but not least, I had this on cassette, The New Monkees. I had it on cassette and watched the television show in what years was that? 87. And it was just pop goodness. It's so good. These guys still get together and do YouTube videos every once in a while. The first song, What I Want, a pool hall dream in a yellow dress. When she walked in, the game was in a mess. She grabbed my cue, she sunk my shot, and then she said, "Well, let's see what you got." It's so poppy, so awesome. It's so awesome. What were other great songs? Do It Again. Wait. Let's see. I'll put that up. Boy Inside the Man. They had 3 singers. Mainly as the 2 guys. It was Jared and what was his name? No, Marty and Larry. And then there was Jared on drums, I think. No, Jared was Dino was on drums. Dino sings one song, but there was a song called Affection. They did a video on the New Monkees TV show where it was just the guy who sang the song singing it in a airplane hangar, and it was so great. They actually changed the lyrics in the lyric book, because it's about one girl jumping off the side of a building and one guy driving and putting a gun to his head and stuff like that, and basically saying, hey, I need some affection or love or whatever, and just people finally giving up. But that's the weird turn in this whole happy, fun, just amazing album. And this thing was a scuff. At Cheapo, they have scuffs usually for $2.95 or $5.95, depending on how good it is. That means that it has tiny scratches on it or is scratched up. You can't really even see that. There might be a little bit of very light wear. This was a scuff for $14.95. That's quite a lot for a CD that has scratches on it. And I sat and let it sit there for over a year. And then after a year, it was still there, and I said to one of the guys, hey, I really want this CD. I'm not going to flip it. I can't pay $14.95 for a scuffed CD. What do you say, $7.95? And he sold it. Boom, there we go. New Monkees, awesome. Look up the song What I Want. It's so poppy and it's so great. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I will probably see you in the new year. I don't know how often I've been doing videos. I want to do videos with my friend Rob, talking about music that are kind of set up more like a podcast. That'll be longer, or they can be as quick like this, but if I know Rob, he will talk at length, waxing poetically about whatever music he brings to talk about. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Take it easy. Bye.